Hello and welcome to this overview of SharePoint 2013 Search. Prior to SharePoint 2013, Microsoft had multiple search products that have since been consolidated into SharePoint, providing an enterprise-grade platform capable of searching external content in addition to SharePoint content. Today we're going to review basic search configuration, how to index content stored outside of SharePoint, bringing in federated search results into SharePoint, and then we'll review search results page and the components on it. Let's start out by navigating to our search administration page within Central Administration. Now that we're here, we can click on Content Sources. This is where we define the content that SharePoint will index for us. As you can see, I have 4 content sources defined, one for the local SharePoint farm, another for file share, another for Exchange public folders, and last, a SQL Server AdventureWorks database. Creating a new content source, pretty straightforward. We click on New Content Source, enter in some basic information like name, select the source type that we want to connect to. In addition to the one shown here, we also have Documentum and a Lotus Notes database provided for us out of the box. If there are third-party connectors out there, we can also use that to connect into content sources. And then the last part of it is setting up the crawl schedule. So how frequently do you want search to go out and index new content as it's added to the system? In addition to the content sources displayed on this page, I've also defined a federated search that will display Bing results in addition to content indexed by SharePoint. So if we navigate over to result sources, we can see here we have federated Bing results. Click on the dropdown and click on Edit. We can see the name, the description. We're using the Open Search protocol to go against the search provider. We're taking the search terms provided by the user. We're passing those search terms into Bing as a query parameter. We're also connecting to Bing as an anonymous user. If we needed to pass in credentials for some other search provider, we could enter that information in here. After I've defined the federated result source, now I have to tell it when to display the external data. This is done by setting up a query rule. So click on Query Rules. We will do this in the context of the local SharePoint results. And here you can see I've defined 2 query rules. First being the Bing results. And here we have a condition that anytime a user enters in the term Azure or Office 365 for the local SharePoint results, we're going to generate a promoted results block. Similar to that, we have Azure data set up, and anytime there's a condition that the end user enters in the term Azure, we're going to create a promoted result. So enough of the configuration, let's see some search results. On the left-hand side, we have what's considered the refinement panel. We have the ability to drill down into our results based on a result type, an author, and a modified date. In the center of the screen, underneath the search box, we have our search navigation, which gives us the ability to narrow our results based on the result sources defined previously. And then underneath that, we have our search results. If we hover over the first one, here we have a Word document. We get a preview based on a hover panel. This is provided for us by Office web applications. In addition to the SharePoint content that's being displayed to us, we also have content coming from the file share displayed here, as you can see from this URL. So let's do another search. And if you remember previously, we had the term Azure set up as a promoted result. So I have the term here brought all the way to the top, and it's sending me to a web page inside of our SharePoint site. Underneath that, we also have our promoted results block, bringing back actual Bing results for the search term provided. And then below that, we have our standard search results. Let's do one more search. So Office 365, we defined a promoted result block. And in addition to the SharePoint content being returned, you can see here we're also seeing our Exchange public folder content being returned. So this concludes our overview of SharePoint 2013 Search. Please reach out to us and see how we can help you like we've helped our clients.